Hello. I didn't film over the weekend because I wasn't thinking about these things as much. And isn't that good? That's a good sign, because there was a time when my weekends were consumed by anxieties and thoughts of work, and that wasn't the case this weekend. I heard something on Friday that was really helpful, so I want to share this about reframing the things in your world. This is really powerful. There's going to be things on our to-do list, right? And there's going to be things stressing us out. And there feels like there's a lot of shoulds in our world, especially when we're adulting. And there's a lot of things on our adult list we don't necessarily want to do. But there are things we're also making harder than they need to be. And a reframe can be really helpful. So instead of saying, I have to do this, so I have to do this event in August, how about I get to do this? Now, this is not a way to dismiss your feelings, but there was a time when I thought traveling for work was so cool. Only like fancy jet setters traveled for work. And now I get to do it, and I get to see different parts of the country and sometimes the world on the company dollar, because they are investing in me and think that that's worth the investment to send me somewhere else to represent the company. So how cool is that? So that reframing can be really helpful. It'll be interesting because Friday also learned that there's a campaign that we're going to get to launch, and I didn't think we were going to get to talk about it until late September, so I wasn't planning out this campaign, but we want to. We were just told we couldn't. That happens a lot in my industry. And on Friday I got the gift of, you can go on this now. So now I get to scramble to put together a campaign that is going to be really one of the highlights of my role at this company. I get to do this. This is fun and creative, and the team's going to be really excited, and I get buy-in from the leadership team, and we're going to put together an awesome campaign with the time and resources that we have. So reframe that this isn't like a burden that's been put upon me. And the other thing that's on my mind is my husband will be traveling for the next couple of weeks, and I have people coming over to help out. My husband's one of those very helpful, amazing family men. He isn't one that gets off on shirking responsibility. He's not lazy. He isn't like the dad that doesn't know where the kids keep their toothbrushes. Like, he is locked in as a father. So him being away is challenging. He does a lot of the cooking. So with the timing of the work event and this travel, it's an important trip. I'm glad he's going, but it's like, I hope that this is okay and nothing major goes wrong with the house. But I'm also reframing that as, one, he gets to do this amazing trip. Two, I get to focus in on family, like no distractions for the next couple of weeks. I mean, obviously I'm working throughout the day, but no, like, well, maybe I should be working out more. Maybe I should be going out with my girlfriends more. Maybe I should this and that. Focused in on the kids and family. Like, that's my second job right now. I think that could end up being a special time instead of a stressful time if I really am able to look at it that way. So again, not about dismissing your feelings. Like, I understand a lot of the challenges we have in the Western world are challenges of privilege when we get down to it, right? But I also don't find that knowledge helpful when you're really anxious and stressed out. It can feel like my daughter's going into 4th grade and she's nervous. She's expressing some fears. What am I going to tell her? Well, that's a problem of privilege. You're lucky you get to go to school. That's not really helpful, even if it is true. So being patient with yourself and saying, yes, I know. And when I was super anxious a couple of years ago, I would get stressed out about not being able to access gratitude. I knew I should be grateful. I knew I had so many wonderful things in my life, and then I would feel guilty on top of it that I didn't feel grateful. Again, not helpful. Sometimes you need to experience what you're feeling so that you can really get to the root of why that feels like a problem for you before something happens catastrophic that then like awakens you. How can you arrive at that in your daily life? So today, thinking about focusing on the reframing. When something feels like a burden or it's put upon me, I get to do this. And when something doesn't feel like I can reframe it, maybe it's not something I should or could be doing, or need to look for ways to express that there's no way to make this feel good. And sometimes there will be things there's no way to make them feel good, but I think maybe this could work for 50% of what we feel like is a burden, like household chores. I get to clean my house. I get to give my dishes a bath. I get to make my floors sparkle. Like, let's try it. Let me know what you think. Is this ridiculous or is this resonating? Put something in the comments.